Hi ladies, this is Patty Petrie with Makeup P31 Woman. My business is about God first, beauty, and encouragement. I'm going to give you a little bit of encouragement today, and then we're going to dive into talking about various eyeshadow formulas. So this morning, Michael and I were doing our Bible recap reading, and we were in Lamentations. Lamentations is my favorite book, said no one ever. That book is so depressing. But ladies, I have to tell you, in the middle of that book, there are some very encouraging verses, and I'm going to read those to you today. And this is in Lamentations chapter 3, verse starting with 22. The steadfast love of the Lord never ceases. His mercies never come to an end. They are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness. The Lord is my portion, says my soul. Therefore, I will hope in him. Those are some encouraging words, ladies. And that one verse, great is your faithfulness. Your mercies are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness. My mind goes to that often. So I hope that that encourages you today. All right, let's dig into eyeshadows. We're going to talk about powder, liquid, and cream stick shadows. Sometimes we have such a plethora of choices that we can get overwhelmed. So today, my goal is to try to dispel some of the overwhelm with the different shadow choices. Excuse me. So I'm going to show you how to use all three of those types of shadows, and I'm going to tell you the good, the bad, and the ugly about them. So first of all, let's start with liquid. I like to use a liquid shadow because it's easy, it's quick to use, it's versatile. You can use it alone, you can just swipe, blend, and go, or you can use it as a base or a primer for powder shadows. It blends easily and it lasts all days. And honestly, the only con that I have to say about the liquid is it just doesn't come in as many colors as I would prefer that it do. So let me just show you how to use it. You just swipe it on. You can do one or two swipes. Then you can take a brush and blend it. And another good thing about the liquid shadows are they are buildable, so you can make them, the color, build it up to be more intense if you want to. Now, when I say they're easy to use, not only can you use a brush to blend, or I'm going to show you on the other side, you can just take it, swipe, and you can actually just use your finger. It's just a personal preference. And actually, all three of these formulas that I'm going to show you today are just a personal preference. I use all three of them in different ways. So I hope that after you watch this, you will feel a little bit more confident in making choices about your eyeshadow. Okay, so that's the liquid. Now let's talk about powder shadows. Out of all of the formulas, I think that powder shadows are the most versatile, and here's why. You can take one color and you can get different shades out of it depending on how you apply it. And what I mean is, for instance, if you take this dark color here, if you wanted to apply it lightly, you can use one of these fluffy brushes and just put on a little bit and it diffuses it and it doesn't look very dark. If you wanted to use it as a liner, then you can take one of these liner brushes, put it on, and it is very dark and it works well as a liner. So shadows are just amazing. You have unlimited shades because there's so many different colors that they come in to begin with, and then when you start varying the tool that you use to apply them, that gives you even more options. They come in matte, they come in metallic, they come in sparkly. So this is probably the most versatile out of all the types. They blend easily. You can use them as a liner. You can use them, I actually use this shadow color here as a brow powder. You can use some, if you had a red or a pink, you could use it as blush. You can use a brown as a bronzer. So there's lots of good points about the powder shadows. And the only con that I would say is there's two. One is when you use a powder shadow, you have to tap it to get the excess off because you tend to get fallout. So you're going to have to do some cleanup or touch up when you're done. To avoid that, I usually just do that first. I do my eyes first. The other thing is, if you want these to last all day, typically you're going to need to use a base like what I did with the liquid, or some kind of primer. I mean, these are primer infused, so they do well, but typically they work better if you have something under them or you layer them. So let me just go ahead and show you the different ways I use these. I'm going to use this blending brush, and I'm going to use this color here. And I'm going to apply it right here in the crease, right above the crease. And these powder shadows give you the capability of creating depth and interest on your eyes. And they're buildable. So that's another pro. Okay, now I am going to use this dark brown, and I'm going to use a cream shadow brush, and I'm just going to get some right on the tip of that brush and go right in the crease. And that's where I want it to be the darkest. So again, the shadow intensity, when you're using powders, it's going to vary based on the tool that you use. I bet you didn't know you were an artist, did you? If you apply makeup, you are an artist. You're a makeup artist. Okay, now I want to get some on the outer corner, so I'm just going to use the flat side. And one of the benefits, again, of the powder shadows is they're easy to blend. And so I'm going to take a fluffy crease brush, and I'm just going to blend. So that there's not like harsh lines of demarcation. But I do create some depth and some interest. And a little smoky. Okay, the other tool that you have at your disposal when you're using powder shadows is your finger. And I like to use that when I'm using sparkly colors. And I just tap that on. And then a little up here to kind of highlight the brow bone. All right, and as I said, you can use these as an eyeliner, so I'm going to take my eyeliner brush, dip it into this blue color. I'm going to try to pan in here where you can see how that's darker than the brown, just by virtue of using a tighter brush. You get the darker color. Okay, let me pan in here where you can see. So powder shadows are very versatile, and I use all of the types, but these are probably my favorite. Okay, and then the other type of shadow that I have is cream shadows. They come in light colors, they come in dark colors. The thing about these cream shadow sticks is the color is very, very intense. So that's a benefit. Once it's on, it stays put. The thing that I like to use them for is a liner or in small areas, because since they do stay put, they tend to dry quickly, so they're not as easy to blend. So, and the color options are not as good as what the powder shadows are. All right, so what I like to do is I take another cream shadow brush and I just swipe it across the shadow, and then I use it as an eyeliner. And it's really nice as an eyeliner underneath your eyes because, as I said, it stays put. Once it's dry, it's there. Now, you can get it off very easily with makeup remover, but it's not going to just come off during the day. So basically, there are pros and cons to the different types of eyeshadows, but they all have their good uses. And it's basically, it comes down to a personal preference, because as I said earlier, you're an artist when you use makeup artist. So you do what you want, what you like, what works the best for you. All right, so now I'm going to finish up. I'm going to put on some pencil eyeliner on my waterline. And then I am going to do my Quadra. Ladies, if you haven't gotten on the Quadra train, oh my goodness, this stuff is the bomb. It's a serum that makes your lashes grow. It is a primer that conditions and separates your lashes. It has tubing in it that circles those lashes and makes them look longer, and it's just a mascara. I'm telling you, this is a new product, and it is the bomb. All right. So this brush has two sides. It has a silicone side that has short bristles, and then it has a brush side with longer bristles. So I start with the silicone side, and then I take the end of the brush and do each lash to really get the product on. And then I turn it and I use that bristle, the longer bristles, put it at the base and wiggle and pull up. And you can repeat this process as many times until you get the length and the look that you like. And the best thing about this is it saves time because you don't have to use all 3 of those products individually. So you get fabulous lashes, less time, and less money because you don't have to buy all those products. You just have to buy one. Okay. All right, that's just one application. And generally I do 2. So let's do the other side. Again, I'm doing the short bristles first. Then I use the end, the tip, to cover each lash. Get that tubing on there really well. And then the side with the longer bristles. And pull up. Okay. Try to get close enough to where y'all can see. Oh, and don't forget about your bottom lashes. And usually, whoops, I will take the bristles, the longer bristle side, and do those. Oh, sorry. Okay, ladies, I hope that that information was helpful to you today. If you need to grab some of these for your makeup bag, make sure you do it this week because they're all on sale, depending on how many you buy, up to 20% off. So you can save money and get what you need. So thanks for joining. I love y'all. Mwah. See you soon.